All right, this is Luke Wharton's Unit 4 Managerial presentation. Here is my audience today. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. So thank you all for coming today. Today I'll be talking about the use of social media in business and the potential benefits it can have for your company. You may be asking why I'm talking about this. Well, because the business world has evolved immensely over the past, I don't know, so many years to where, it's gone from paper to electronics. Clients and customers are not looking to the newspapers or yellow pages anymore. They're actually looking to the commercials on their televisions or most likely the internet. Personally, I look to the internet for everything from phone numbers to addresses to hours to reviews to anything. So that is really the main reason we're going to be talking about this, and as also to elaborate why all businesses should utilize social media and networking applications. So I'll be touching on 3 main points today. One being the growth of social media over the past years and into the future. 2 being how it's improving client experience. And 3 being how it's influencing purchases. So first, if you look at the first slide I've given you, that shows the growth of social media usage as a percentage of the U.S. population over the past 8 years. You'll see down in 2008, it was about 20%, and now in 2016, we have about 78% of the U.S. population actually using some form of social media, and that equates to about 250 million people. And just thinking about that as, a marketing, population, it's huge. Obviously, you're not going to reach all of those, but the potential to market to more clients is a lot easier because, marketing on social media is free. Obviously you can't market. There is paid marketing, but a lot of it is still free. So, just that alone shows why a business should be utilizing social media. Now, if you flip to the next slide, this will show you a year-over-year breakdown by age range as a percentage use of social media. Obviously, you'll see that the lower age ranges, the 12 to 18s, 18s to 24s, and millennials is obviously the highest at like 80%. But the thing I want you to look at is the 45 to 54-year-olds or any of the older ones. You'll see year over year that the millennials, they didn't really grow at all, but the older age ranges year over year, like 45 to 54, it jumped a lot. And that's really showing that, obviously us millennials, we use social media because we've grown up with it. But now even the older ages are adapting to social media and using it. So this even goes to show even more why we should be using it in the business, because it's now reaching more people. So now I'd like to touch on client experience. So client experience is, or at least it should be, a huge role in every business, because without client experience, you won't retain your client base and your business will fail. So I actually interviewed a social media analyst at where I work, Quicken Loans. Yes, we have a social media team. It's weird, but all they do is monitor tweets, Instagram, but they're also on the marketing side of things. So I interviewed him, and he told me that social media has improved client experience greatly, and this is because clients used to have to call an automated phone where they'd have to hit 1, 2, 3, and then end up just being placed on hold. But now clients can tweet, and then it's fast and easy, and the company with the social media team will see that right then and there. So that's really improving client experience because it's faster, it's easier. And so this third graph I'd like you to look at actually shows the expected response times as on Twitter for complaints. So you'll see that 30% expect a response in 30 minutes or less. 22% expect a response in 2 hours or less. 29% expect a response in the same day, so 24 hours or less. And then the other 19, I don't know when they expect it, but it's over 24 hours. So adding those all up in the next graph, you'll see that a total of 81% expect a same-day response to their complaint. which is pretty fast considering how many complaints you possibly could have. So flipping to the next graph, this is something cool I thought it was very interesting. Yeah, so think of the trunk of the tree as your company brand. It's going to grow over time. It's going to grow more rings like a tree does. And really it's going to develop over time and have a larger online presence. And this comes from the roots. The roots are what grow the tree, what helps grow the tree, right? And the roots in this case are the social media and networking applications. So these are the various networking that the companies will be involved with to help the company grow, because the more you're involved with, the more you'll grow, because your brand awareness will get spread through all of those networking sites. And then you'll think of the branches as the monetary cost and benefit, because there is a cost to getting yourself out in social media. You have to dedicate time and effort and money to marketing out there, but then the benefit received will come as well. So the roots feed the trunk, and the branches are fed from the trunk. So in the end, your business will benefit from the use of social media. So lastly, if you flip to the next slide. So this one shows you the purchasing influence that Pinterest has on clients. And looking at the graph, you'll see 88% of Pinterest users have purchased something that they've pinned, and then 49% of those users have purchased 5 or more things that they've pinned. So, and then going to the last graph, you'll see that along with the Pinterest thing, staying on the same kind of track, that 4 out of 10 social media users have purchased something that they've shared, retweeted, favorited on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. So this just goes to show the effect that social media is having on consumers, and just being able to get that brand out there and in their face, really, and just putting their brand in the back of everyone's heads. So now that we've talked about the growth of social media in the U.S., and we've talked about the effect it's had on client experience, and also the purchasing, influence it has on customers, I'd like to open it up for any questions.
Has there ever been negative feedback on social media where it could potentially backfire on a company?
Well, sure, yeah. So obviously there's going to be, client complaints. The thing about that is, when it used to be an automated process, you never hear about those complaints, because sure, it's going to be it's a recorded phone call, but who actually hears those phone calls? It's just going to be the customer service rep listening to that. But now these tweets, obviously there's going to be a lot of tweets, and they're made public because Twitter is a public site. So it does cause a negative effect, but it also is, like I said earlier, improving client experience within companies, because the publicity effect is causing companies to respond with a sense of urgency to these complaints to, kind of negate the negativeness, and hopefully put a positive spin by responding so fast. And hopefully clients will see that sense of urgency, see them responding really fast. Yeah. Anyone else?
I have a question. Since social media is growing so vastly with different types of social media, you mentioned Quicken Loans has their own team that will monitor that. Are more and more businesses going to have to be doing that, because there's going to be even more and more different types of social media, and are they going to have to be keeping up with every type of social media to help follow it for their business?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be important for companies that do want to get involved to be keeping up on what's the latest, and greatest social media networking site, because Facebook, it was the biggest thing, and it may still be the biggest thing, but now there's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. So Facebook, I all used it, but then my mom hopped on it, so I wanted to go to something else because I didn't want her seeing my stuff. So now Twitter became the next most popular thing, or Snapchat. So I think as the population moves across all the different, I guess, social media applications, the businesses are going to want to keep track on what's latest and greatest so they can dedicate their marketing efforts, I guess, to where they're going to get the most bang for their buck on what's hot right now, like Snapchat, for example. Yeah. Anyone else? All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.